Hi there. Are you a woman over 40 who is depressed, anxious, or both? Do you feel overwhelmed by your roles as a wife, mother, or adult daughter of aging parents? Is work causing you to feel overworked and overstressed? Well, I get it. I was there too, until I transformed the way I saw myself and interacted with the world around me. I am Marcyline, and this is Stress Talk. And I'm here to share what I've learned to help guide you as a woman over 40 to live your best life. Hey there! I'm so glad that you joined me today. You're going to see a few different things today. You'll notice that our intro video played before I even said anything. Well, that's because I'm using a different platform. I'm normally on a different platform, but I chose to try this platform out today. So I'm hoping that you will share with me what you think of all of this because I am it's just new. It's all new to me and I'm even forgetting a few things. So let me figure out what I'm doing so I can make sure that well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. So let me just get out of that. Well, I hope you enjoy this live broadcast. Today, we're talking about something that a lot of women struggle with. You know, I do, and other over 40 women do as well. I mean, how often has your day gone down the drain before you even finish your first cup of coffee? And I mean, it may start with an unexpected or unwanted event, but you continuously think about it, right? It's all in your mind, and all you can think about is the event. That event changes your mood. And when your mood changes, your behavior changes with it. And before you know it, you're in the middle of a bad, sad, made you mad day. Well, we're going to talk about how you can change that trajectory. And I'm going to share first, I'm going to share a little foundational information so you understand what I'm talking about and why I'm talking about it. Also, I'm also going to share with you a strategy that will work well for you as you're changing your sad bad, make you mad day into a great day. So we're talking about why women over 40 should stop mind, mood, and manner from ruining your day. That's what we want. We want you to have a great day, and we know that you want to have a great day. And a lot of times when we're talking about our day, we talk about the events that occurred, and we talk about our feelings about those events. Well, today I want to share with you again, foundational information, and then I'm going to share with you what you can do to change that negative trajectory into positive. All right, here we go. We're going to jump right in. Again, if you have any questions, comments, just please share them with me. I'll be able to see your comments, I think. I'm just playing. I'll be able to see them. I'll just have to figure out where they are. So, again, let me get on to the subject at hand. Okay, so the first thing that we want to talk about today, as we're talking about why over 40 women over 40 should change their mind, mood, and manner so that it does not ruin their day. The first thing that we want to talk about are thoughts. Our thoughts are very key. Why are our thoughts very key? Well, first of all, we need to know what thoughts are. Thoughts are our ideas, our opinions, our beliefs, our memories, images, any perspectives or points of view that we hold, that we carry with us. And sometimes our thoughts and our opinions, our ideas, our beliefs come from our experiences, our life experiences. And because of these life experiences, we create a way to think, a way to look at what's happening in the world around us. It also fuels the way we interact with the people in our world as well as the world around us. So, we want to start by talking about our thoughts. Now, when we think something, anything that we think repeatedly can develop into an attitude. An attitude is a long-standing thought that has been reinforced by repetition. We are thinking something and it's reinforced, it's reinforced, it's reinforced, so that attitude about something becomes a belief. Let me give you an example. Um, Many people think that all snakes are dangerous, right? Many people believe that all snakes are dangerous. Well, we know that all snakes are not dangerous. As a matter of fact, there are poisonous snakes, of course. There are snakes that um, are strong enough to um, to eat their prey whole and digest their prey while they're alive and things of that nature. But we know that all snakes are not poisonous. They're not all dangerous. You may see a garden snake in your yard, a garden snake that's about 12 inches long or maybe 6 inches long, and it's just trying to get through life, right, without being eaten by a mole or a cat or another animal that is bigger than it. So all snakes are not dangerous and all so, but there are those of us who believe that snakes are dangerous. Hey Alice, how are you? I did find you. I found my chat. It's good to see you. Very good to see you, Alice, from Ohio, my classmate. It's very good to know that you're here. When we talk about snakes, again, some people think that all snakes are dangerous, but they're not. All snakes are not dangerous. Well, that is an attitude that has grown into a belief. And the attitude stems from a long-standing thought that snakes are dangerous, right? All snakes are dangerous. So when we want to go back to thoughts, thoughts are the foundation that can make our day the greatest, or it can make us have a sad, bad, very mad day, right? Thoughts help us to inform which feeling we're experiencing due to an event or situation. So, thoughts will in turn create it'll create a mood. Now I'm going to try to share my screen with you. Let's see. Let me try this again. I'm going to try to share my screen. I'm not sure that I can do this, but I'm going to try, okay? Let's see if I can try. Let's see. I'm not sure if I'm sharing my screen. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. Because I can't tell, because this is a new thing, I am not going to try to do that. But um, basically, when we're talking about thoughts, our thoughts, beliefs, and feelings can be in like a triangle or a circle, all of which can impact the other. So, our thoughts can create feelings that are really, when we break down feelings, we're talking about a mood and we're talking about emotions. So, thoughts can create feelings, and those feelings can be instantaneous. The thought can come in, pop into our head, and then we have a feeling about that thought. I'm going to give you a scenario in a little bit and to explain a little bit about what I'm saying. An emotion is an intense feeling, but it's short term. An emotion, happiness, sadness, joy. Those are emotions that we recognize, but they don't last. They are here for a period of time and then they're gone. And then we have moods. Moods are a state of mind that tends to be less intense than emotions. They kind of simmer under the surface, if that makes sense. Moods can be a little longer. They can last much longer. Um, let's see, depression, anger. Those are moods that are longer lasting. Emotions can progress into moods. So we have a thought, and that thought triggers a feeling. And when I think about feelings, I think about heart, right? It can trigger a feeling. And once that feeling is triggered, then we behave a certain way. And our behavior is can be actions that we take, it can be body language, it can be facial expressions, it can be anything that is tangible. So we have a thought, then we feel something, we have feelings, and then we take action. So let's talk about a scenario that I want to share with you. And I'm going to go through the scenario and then we'll go through a strategy that will help us again to avoid ruining our day because of our mind, what we think, and our mood. Okay, so here's the scenario. You stop at your favorite coffee shop and the top wasn't put on your cup very well. And because of that, the coffee spilled on your new cream colored blouse. So you have this big old stain in this blouse that you just bought. You bought it and you splurged on it. You splurged. It was a birthday gift to yourself. What are you thinking? If drop it in the chat. What are your immediate thoughts when you think of spilling coffee on your brand new blouse? And the coffee was hot, of course. So, of course, it was painful. So, what are you thinking? Not what are you feeling, but what did you think? Give you a second. Drop it in the chat if you like. I'll tell you what I would think. I would think, oh, shoot, darn, and drat. But it probably wouldn't be in those words. It would be something else. It would be like, oh, expletive deleted. It sure would. Be like, ooh, I'd probably go off. Oh no, I need to be careful. That's what Alice said. Alice said, oh no, I need to be careful. Okay, that is a fabulous way that's a fabulous way to say, say it. Oh no, I need to be careful. Yeah, I need to be careful. Well, some of us might say, oh no, I need to be careful. But some of us, like I said, might say something a little bit more juicy. A little more juicy. But what then happens is when we start thinking, what the heck? I've just messed up my blouse. I'm on my way to work. I don't have anything to change in. I'm late. We start think all of these thoughts ruminating. Alice, of course, says, oh no, I need to be careful. But most of us are not going to be that exacting. We're going to be more, this is horrible. This is awful. This is one of the worst things that can happen to me on my way to work. When you start thinking in those terms, or when we start thinking that way, which is really a natural way to think, we start to have feelings. We start to have feelings about it. We're angry, we're upset, we're frustrated, we're anxious. All of these feelings we're having, all of these feelings are also causing our stress level to go up because the stress response has kicked in. We are suddenly feeling threatened. Alice said the first word out of the mouth, dag nabbit. That's right. That is so true. Dag nabbit. So, but we have these feelings about what's happened, and oftentimes they're not good feelings. They're not funny feelings. They are feelings of frustration, which causes our stress level to increase. The stress response has kicked in. It is sending those hormones all through our bodies. Our heart starts beating faster. It's pounding. Our blood pressure has gone up. Our muscles have tightened and they're tense. And we are ready to what? Fight or flee. But we can't because we're in our car with coffee all over us. So we're thinking, we're feeling. We did something. We may have said, we may have yelled, ah! We may have said, dag nabbit. We did something. We may have grimaced, made a face. Oh, crap. We did something. We took an action. Okay. So let's say that you arrive at work. All this time, you continue to think. You're thinking about the stain on your blouse. You're thinking about having to go into work dressed like this. You're thinking about how you can change. You're thinking about being on time. You're thinking that you're a mess. But when you get to work, before you can get to your office, your secretary comes to you and says, you're supposed to report to the director's office immediately. What are you thinking? Because you're starting to have thoughts about things right now. What are you thinking? Possibly, now what? What is she? What does he want? How come I have to go there? Am I in trouble? What's the problem? And I have to go looking like this. As you're thinking, you continue to have feelings. And these feelings are layered on top of the feelings that you are experiencing from the previous thought. Not only that, the stress response continues to go up and up and up. It continues to raise. So not only are you still in that fight or flight mode, it's becoming more intense. So your heart may be pounding even harder, your muscles are even tenser, and now you have a headache. Your head is hurting. What do? You go to the office and you go say, okay, I'm just going to explain what happened and take my leave. But when you get there, there's a reporter and a photographer waiting to take your picture. What are you thinking? Now it's double dag nabbit. And now it's embarrassment, it's shame, you're feeling increasing frustration, and you have not even had your cup of coffee. And you continue to think. Those thoughts ruminate. So frustration, anger has turned into embarrassment, shame, and it's still the beginning of the morning. One thing that some of us might be thinking is, how much worse can it get? What I'm illustrating is that with every event that happens, it layers. It's just a layer. And unless we do something about the thoughts that continue to come and the feelings that become more and more intense, we're basically on a hamster wheel. And that hamster wheel sends us down a rabbit hole of feelings. And it sets us up for that sad, bad, you made me mad day. So, what are we going to do about it? This is what we're going to do. Very simply, we're going to lower the stress level, right? We're going to lower the stress level because we're going to do something that kind of moderates the stress response. We're also going to do some things that will keep us energized because when we're having a very bad day, our energy is being used up. It takes so much more energy to get through a day that is very difficult, like this one that I've just described. We also learn how not to waste time by ruminating over things that we can't change. Okay? So, the first thing that we're going to do when an event happens or we're put into a situation that is uncomfortable or it's an uninvited situation, instead of thinking an absolute thought like, oh crap, this is really bad, we're going to turn that thought into a question. We're going to become curious. Curiosity is one of the tenets of mindfulness, and it's one of the things that I teach when teaching mindful living. So we're going to turn the thought into a question. Now, I understand, as a therapist, I understand that we have automatic thoughts. We have thoughts that are so quick, we don't even recognize we have them until we begin to have the feeling. Even if a thought is automatic and it's negative, we can still ask a question. For example, one of the questions that we could ask in this situation is, I wonder if this stain is going to be easy to get out. Or, I wonder if there's another shirt or top or blouse that I can use that's at work. Or, I wonder if I can get another cup of coffee because I really need it. You're going to ask yourself a question which takes you out of that fight or flight mode. The second thing is you want to acknowledge the feeling that comes out of that automatic thought. For example, when I said, as Alice said, dag nabbit, that would be the first thing that came to mind, dag nabbit. And I said, my words would be a little more juicy. What are some of what feeling am I having? I am frustrated. When we acknowledge the feeling that we are experiencing, it immediately lowers the stress level. Whatever that feeling is, if it's a feeling of, if we're feeling angry, if we're feeling frustrated, if we're feeling embarrassed, if we acknowledge it, even if we acknowledge it only to ourselves, it lowers the stress level. So first, we're going to operate out of curiosity. We're going to acknowledge the feeling that we're experiencing. And then we're going to use a technique that we often teach in cognitive behavioral therapy. And that technique is thought blocking. Basically, when a negative thought enters our head, instead of ruminating on that thought, we stop it. We can acknowledge it. I'm thinking that this is going to end up like a bad day, but we stop. We don't think about it anymore. We stop it. I'm not going to think that way. So, curiosity, acknowledge the feeling that comes out based on our thoughts, and then we're going to use a technique called thought blocking, where we actually stop the negative thought. Because the more we ruminate on a negative thought, the more it becomes an attitude and it affects our behaviors. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the situation from all different angles. And I'm not talking about thinking, using positive thinking. What I'm suggesting is we're going to look at it from all different sides, right? We're going to look at it. We're not going to blame the person who didn't put the top on very well. Well, we could. We can blame them. Well, it's their fault, but maybe they were in a rush. There were a lot of people in line. Everybody makes mistakes. But we're going to look at the situation from all angles. When we look at the situation from all angles, we're doing so that we can problem solve. It's one thing to ruminate over a situation that is uncomfortable, but it's another thing to think of ways to rectify the situation and make it better. The final thing is we're just going to take it in stride because guess what? Stuff happens. It happens all the time. And if we spend a lot of time thinking about it happened, why did it happen, it shouldn't have happened, that wastes a lot of time. We're not making progress and we dig a hole for ourselves where we can just wallow in that sad, bad, make you mad day. So the strategy is we're going to be curious. We're going to turn our immediate thoughts into a question. We're going to acknowledge the feeling that those thoughts bring up. We're going to use thought blocking or thought stopping technique so that we're not ruminating over negative thoughts. We're going to look at the situation from all different angles, all different sides so that we can problem solve. And then we're going to take it in stride because guess what? Stuff happens. Stuff happens. Stuff happens. So, for those of you who are coming in late, I'm Marcyline Bailey, and I share what I've learned to help guide you as an over 40 woman to live your best life. And I just took you through why women over 40 should stop mind, mood, and manner from ruining your day. We just talked about why thoughts matter. We went through a scenario of how a sad, bad, make you mad day gets started. We went through that scenario and then I shared strategies for helping you turn that sad, bad, make you mad day into a great day. We're about out of time. If you hopped on late, just feel free to watch the replay on Facebook and on YouTube. If you have any topics around stress management, or stress relief that you would want me to cover, just please DM me, shoot me an email, let me know. And if you found this particular session useful and you want to know more, I do send monthly strategies to your inbox via the Smiles newsletter. And I also have a guide called the 7 Sensational Stress Solutions. And you can get it just by downloading it. And you'll find the link on my link tree, which is also on the ML Bailey Consultants Facebook page. Whew. So that's it for today. I hope this was a fun stream for you. I would like feedback on what you think about the changes, and I am going to get to know this new platform better so I can share a few things with you. I'm Marcyline Bailey. That's all for now. As always, take good care.